I'm here on My Magical Thing with Erik. Erik Davis, it's fantastic to see you. I think you and I first met in about 1999 or 98, thereabouts, when you were over in London with the launch of the book Technosis, which is, in my opinion, the definitive text of like late 20th century digital magical culture. I know you as journalist, scholar, raconteur is probably a good word. I don't know what else you'd like to kind of add to the list. Author, of course.
Yeah, sure. I did. I wrote a libretto for a Burning Man opera. That was fun. And I wrote a great role for myself too, so it was perfect. I really I was a sarcastic guy in a bunny suit with a bullhorn, and so I could just sort of do whatever do my shtick, but with this obnoxious mask, so I could get away with more jokes and mockery. It was really that was a treat. So I like to do public performance, but it turns out I mostly seem to give lectures and talk, which is still pretty juicy.
Well, thank you very much for coming along on My Magical Thing. Erik, please may we see your magical thing?
Absolutely. Here I'm going to do it sort of dramatically. Magical thing.
Wow.
So this item was purchased for me by my wife, Jennifer, when we were in Burma. And it doesn't really look like the other kinds of odd, interesting objects that we got in Burma. I mean, like, what does that remind you of, right? Look at that peculiar hat. And if this meditating elf-like being is not sort of weird enough, I want you to notice this sort of strange, energetic, swirly, karmic, Taoist earth juice pattern on his or its or hers back. And the reason I chose this, so she gave this to me, I think for solstice. After we had gone, she bought it in a market without me seeing it. And the guy we were with said something about an elf king, but we never really tracked it down. And when I subsequently looked online, like, where is this guy? I couldn't find anything that looked like it, any story, any name. And so part of the reason this is a magical object for me is what do I mean by, what do I want out of a magical object? What I want out of a magical object is that it's very difficult for it to become completely ordinary. It's always standing for some kind of intrusion of otherness or enigma that I just can't be done with. Even after years of sitting with this in front of me, so it sits in front of my meditation pillow. I never know what to do with it because it looks more like an elf or an alien, something from the West, but with the weird hat and the squiggle. Like, I just don't know what it means. And it's clearly super magical. Like, it has like that power within it. And the other reason is because he's meditating. And in a way, meditation has become my main vehicle of magic. And what does that mean? It means that it's not just about like achieving some state or a particular kind of practice or whatever it is. It's that as I go farther and farther into it, the weirder and stranger and more unknowing I am about what I'm doing. And this always reminds me that, we have so many conventional neoliberal, boring models of meditation in our world today that, like, meditation is also really fucking weird. I mean, this guy. So it's always a reminder that it's like deeper into the unknowing and not into just some kind of concept of what I'm doing or some model of what spirituality is. It's that the weirdness is in the unfolding.
Erik, thank you so much for sharing your magical thing, which points very clearly and in a very obscure way towards the great capital M mystery of the capital W Wyrd. Can we have another look? Can we have another like reveal into the middle of the? Oh, here comes the weird thing. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's coming at you. It's giving you enlightenment or something. That's amazing.
Wonderful. Nice. Well, Julian, thanks so much for the opportunity.
Thanks, Erik. Really appreciate it. See you well. See you soon. Cheers, man.